All right, so we raised 10-9 suited under the gun and open 3-bet, and we have ace jack off. So we just fold this hand probably. I don't think players are 3-betting. They're probably 3-betting a little tighter than they should be. At equilibrium, so I don't really mind. I mean, ace jack off might just be pure fold anyway. Here we get called in 2 spots. We're gonna play pretty passively on these boards, especially out of position. So pick up a gut shot, still monotone board. We don't have any overs because we just check. Okay, we get 3-bet here. Pretty small bet. Only have 3 outs. I think we just call here out of position with 9s. Okay, that's pretty small. I just learned you got to play really nitty out of position in these spots. So I think I'm just gonna fold. Feels weird. I think if I had a spade, I could continue. Okay, I'll be 3-betting here. Okay, we flatted. I think with a diamond, we get to bet. And I think on this board, we just choose a small size. It's pretty hard for him to connect with this board. I'll be 3-betting here as well. Okay. I think we just keep betting here. Then for size, I guess like 2/3 pot seems okay. King deuce. Yeah, we're just gonna be betting range probably on king deuce deuce. Okay, do we give up? About a pot size bet left. I guess we just give up. Okay, we are going to try to get all in by the end. Oh shit! By the end of this, fuck! I'm not used to playing Zoom. I didn't need to bet so large. Queen check off under the gun. That's really close. Here we're just gonna call in position. I don't think I'm opening that hand. Okay, here we flop top 2. It's not the wettest board. It's not the driest board, I guess. I don't really see a reason to have a raising range yet. King queen is in his 3-bet range. 8-9 suited maybe as well. But I think he's just got like ace king and ace queen fairly often as well. So I don't think there's any chance we get away or folding here, and I don't see any value in raising. Okay, on this river, do you ever get called by worse? I think like ace king, ace queen calls us, ace 10. Yeah, I don't think only straights call us, so. Okay, here we are going, we're out of position. We're just gonna four bet. Size wise, being out of position, maybe we size up slightly. This hand really wants protection. I think we just jam it. Maybe get called by tens. Fuck, whoops. Maybe that's a bit aggressive with queens. Maybe I bet small. It's a better way to go about it. Jacks probably makes more sense as an overbet. Well, maybe. I don't know. I guess he's flatting a lot of strong hands. Like he might not have a 5 betting range, so he could still have aces and kings. Aces more likely than kings, but ace 5 off would be an open. It's probably not an ISO, and I don't think I'm gonna limp. Yeah, I think we'll see a flop here. Definitely gonna be defending. Here, flip top pair, backdoor flush draw. I don't think queen 10 really gets a check raise. Queen jack, king queen. Queen 10 maybe it's a check raise sometimes, and maybe with the backdoor flush draw, it makes more sense. I guess we'll go for it. Weaker queens, definitely not going to be check raising very often. Queen 10 is probably even, that's probably about where it starts to drop off quite a bit. If I had to guess. Yeah, we're opening all suited aces. Maybe not ace 2 suited, but I think even ace 2 suited gets opened under the gun. According to my charts. Seven, eight suited is probably, I mean, could make some sense in some weaker lineups, I guess. Like 8, 9 or 9, 10 probably makes a bit more sense. I'm going to be playing pretty cautiously against this sort of, I guess, condensed flatting range behind me. We could probably have some check raises. Does this hand make one of them? We have like backdoors. Let's let it go. Queen 9 off from the cutoff is very borderline. Okay, not opening. I think we open deuces. I think we're probably opening all pocket pairs from these later positions. Okay, we get 3 bet. We'll be in position. It's pretty hefty 3 bet, I guess. 7, 8 big blinds. Wait, way more. We are playing 25. $15 bigs. This would be a spot where I could see mixing in some flats here, especially with hands like sixes. we're a little bit deeper with these players. So if we do flop a set, there's some more implied odds. It's pretty good flop for us. Pre-flop razor checks. So bet's very small. I wonder if we can raise here, like sort of value protection. This is questionable defend, actually. I didn't. Okay, so he does decide to continue. I guess he could have even hands like sevens, eights. He could have, I guess, like ace five would make some sense. Clubs. 10 is unlikely to improve him, so I guess could have been a card that we bet on. But like I said, he could have sevens or eights, and we're just kind of crushed. Similar story here. I guess we could block. I just don't think our hand's good enough. Like ace five is like the only hand that's calling us probably, right? That we're beating. We're gonna ISO with ace three off. Okay, we flip a gut shot with a backdoor nut flush draw against two players. I think the sizing of multi-way pots go down a bit. We're gonna be betting small here. It's a pretty good card for us. I think we're gonna barrel. Still have the gut shot, and he bets really small, which I think is kind of a capping action, kind of like trying to set his own price for the river. But we're not gonna allow that. So we're gonna polarize. Okay, no draws get there. Man, Zoom is crazy. 3-bet linear in position. I guess, man, maybe we just call and hope we don't get squeezed. This hand plays, wow. I was gonna say this hand plays great multi-way. He just bets pot on this flop, so I already know he's probably not the best player. I guess no reason to raise this point. Keep some of his bluffs in. And if he does have a flush, for instance, we can get it all in by the river. Okay, he checks, I think. How do we get it all? If we bet 3, it'll be 11 and he'll have 20. Okay, it's gonna be pretty hard. Okay, eights would be another hand that I could consider building a flatting range with. But I guess he goes to 3 bigs. We'll go to about 11. We'll be ISOing here with ace 10 suited on the button. So we're getting a really good price, 3-1. Our hand is pretty strong. Problem is we're going to be out of position, and I don't think the pool is really for betting. Here we want to sort of bet selectively and polarize. I don't think they're really for betting great light. We'll just check back. I think maybe he'll stab too many turns. The king is a really good card for us, so he might not. Okay, interesting. He checks back the ace high flop, and now the spade comes, and we do have the 8 of spades. I think maybe we just check call this turn. Okay, so we make aces up with a king. Okay, so he checked again. I guess he's probably like got nines, tens, jacks would be like a big part of his range here. Queens. Not folding. Oops. Okay, we're definitely calling. Pretty good board for him. It's short stack, so not a ton of implied odds, and I definitely don't want to call a jam with fours. Well, I guess it couldn't be that bad with that stack size, but whatever. Fours. Maybe in these games it's okay to be opening these hands, but we're just going to go. I don't really play that well out of position. Okay, we're going to be defending. Jack 10 off. Meh, doesn't really. Pretty easily dominated. Can't make a flush. Even in position with a bunch of limpers, I'm just gonna let that one go. Oops, that was an open. King 7, it's close. I know it's an open from the cutoff. I need to revisit my small blind 3-betting ranges. So here's the 3, we go to about 9. I guess you could 3-bet this hand. Doesn't really benefit from much protection. And our hand's just not that valuable at this point. Here we're just gonna go ahead and bet. He's checked twice. Can't imagine he's very strong. Okay, similar story here. I think we actually just bet small and try to get called by some worse pocket pairs or something. Sorry, that was not what I intended there, but that's okay. Getting a really good price here. Our hand does play decently multi-way. Granted, we're out of position. I think with these odds, we just are calling. Okay, we flop 2 overs and a flush draw. Our overs aren't that great, but our flush draw is pretty nice. Okay. We're going to have a leading range, especially the jack high flush, so we can get some value and some protection. I wonder if a smaller sizing is more appropriate there. I think it is. Smaller sizing would have been better. Just trying to think. I mean, I guess the types of hands we're betting are flushes. We're not really ever betting anything else. So yeah, maybe we should go even bigger. I was thinking smaller, but I don't know. Problem was we blocked the straight, and of course we had the flush, so pretty hard for him to have calling hands. Just over 3x, and he's a pretty small stack. I don't think we're going to be defending. Okay, we have the right suits on this board. It's pretty hard for him to connect. We're pretty likely to have, well, I guess he's an early position opener. He bets third pot. This is a spot where I'm not sure if we do get to have check raises. It's like we get some protection. We have the suits that sort of block his continuing. So it's kind of like a protection slash equity denial. Ace is going to be better for his range, so we got to play pretty cautiously, especially I guess once he calls a check raise. Yeah, sure, he's got some ace high left because we should be. Okay, I think we're just folding now at this point. He called the check raise. I think most players are c-betting too wide and then not. They're overfolding to check raises. So once he actually calls, I think his hand's stronger than it should be in theory. Like he's not calling down as light as Pio would. Weird spot. Like I kind of want to ISO, but I just don't want to get jammed on with the short stack. I guess it's probably a little too big to jam. This hand doesn't really want to go multi-way, so we are going to. Maybe we should have went to 125 probably. Okay, we pick up a bunch of equity. We have the jack of clubs, makes it less likely he'll continue. But I think we just try to get the showdown, take our showdown value here. We probably have the best hand. Okay, it's gone check, check. Now I think we can actually value bet. Yeah. All right, this is a spot, whoa, weird. This is a spot where we would size up with our C bet. He actually leads, which is interesting. I guess like with our aces or kings, we're probably just calling. I guess like tens, like a 10x would lead. I don't think we get a 10x to fold really. Weird hand. Okay, with his stack size, it's gonna be pretty easy to get the money in, but this hand really wants to bet big on this board for sure. Yeah, I guess we just check. Hands he's just calling with, I guess some 9x, some 6x. Maybe he's check raising heart draws, but not all of them for sure. And like pretty hard for him to hit the queen once he calls the flop bet. How thin is this? I think just get called by 9x with a really small bet here. Four suited, going to be defending even against the 4x. So we flop a bad gut shot and hard draw, backdoor hard draw. On here, limp, limp, min raise. I think we check it back. The ace is going to be better for his range. Just debating if we have any check raises with this hand. I think with a king high, not sure, not sure. He checked. Yeah, I think we get to bluff. Ace 10 off is like bottom of my under the gun open range. I don't like his sizing very much. Kind of makes me want to call, but I mean, if we're calling ace 10 off, then we're calling, what aren't we calling? Definitely defending with 7-8 suited. That might actually be a 3-bet sometimes. Queen 8 off. I do not think that's an open. I think Queen 9 off would be okay. That's weird. It's pretty likely we have the best hand at this point. Unless he backdoored into clubs. I don't think he's checking a king twice. I guess he may be checking a jack on the turn, but I don't know, on this wet board, maybe not. We unblock all the misdraw. There might just be a fold there with the 8-9. It's pretty optimistic. Like he'd just be value betting a worse 8. Okay, we're gonna be check raising this hand. So we're definitely gonna go multi-way if I flat here. We're gonna have suited connectors. We're gonna be in position against everyone except for him. I guess these two guys are shorter stacked, probably weaker players. Oh, and both of them folded, of course. We have some straight potential. We have, I guess, like what's he 3-betting and then c-betting here. Probably gonna have to give up on most turns. Now he always got aces. Or ace king. So I guess we have more jacks than he does. There's gonna be a lot of scary rivers. But I was just thinking if I need to raise. If I want to keep his bluffs in, I think like I probably should have raised. He's probably like more weighted towards like, okay, I guess we just get it in here. No snap. Oh, he folds. Yeah, so glad I'm glad I didn't raise the jacks. I did not know I opened this hand, but hey, we're here now. King 10 suited, it's close. Okay. Gonna bet this board very selectively. This is a flush draw. It's a pretty bad one. Okay, now I think we get to just start betting. Big. Okay, he's checked twice. We have king high. Is our king high? Oh, did we check behind? What are we doing here? I don't like that we checked behind on that board. I was distracted. But hey, make a straight. I don't think he checked an ace twice. I don't think he has like ace jack or ace queen, for instance, like he just called pre or ace 4. I guess he could have ace 4. That would make some sense, but we're gonna raise. King five suited's pretty borderline from the cutoff. The weaker player in a big blind, I'm tempted to flat, but I think with his stack, I'm just gonna have to let this one go. I really need to review my small blind pre-flop. Put that one on the schedule. I think we could consider check raising here. I think like if we had a spade, it would be much more viable. And again, I think players are c-betting too often. Okay, so he just timed down and checked. Now it's a double gutter. We get the stab. Yeah, I mean, we've jack high. Now, do we get to bluff? He elected not to see with the flop. I think like if we're betting, it's gonna mostly be kings. Kings will want to bet fairly large. Sometimes we just get heroed by a 9. I think that's still okay. We're near the bottom of our range there, I think. Ace jack off. This is dicey. I think we can work some flats in here. I guess I didn't see a stack size. Okay, under the gun opened, we 3-bet. This board shouldn't really help either one of us. I think if we're gonna bet this board in a 3-bet pot, I think we size up slightly. Probably prefer to do this with a spade. Definitely prefer to do it with a spade. Just let it go. I don't think we really want to be 3-betting queen jack all that often. It's easily dominated by hands that continue against it. Okay, here we improve to a gut shot and a flush draw and a 4. I guess we can't really overbet, but we can still go with the prefix size. Okay. Just flatting. I mean, it's like ace 3. We block ace 3. We have tons of equity. I think we just call. Check back, try to get lucky. Here we're just gonna take a showdown value. Okay. Turn this into a bluff. We kind of want him to have these cards, right? I guess like the 10's probably better for us. I should probably bet more. I should probably pull the rest of like 10 or nothing. I guess I could bet some aces there. All right, I think I'm gonna end this. See ya.